Okay, I think we got it this time, team. Let me give you the new link. How are we doing this time? Is it better? It looks better on my end, at least. It's not perfect, but it's better. All right. Thank you guys. Sorry about that. Thanks for being patient. Yay. I think what was happening is that my phone was charging and it was overheating. So I'm going to have to watch the battery pretty closely. And I might have to plug it in later, and hopefully that doesn't affect things too terribly much. I don't really know what this battery is, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. Can someone remind me in like a half hour if I don't look up to check it? All right. Hey guys, I'm so glad so many of you can make it today. Hi, Beth. It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend. So today, I thought it might be fun to do a creature design. Wow, we have so many faces this time. Yay. I had asked about a character design earlier, and I was thinking of like the frogs and making a character, but honestly, after the week I've had, that sounds a little bit overwhelming. So I think a creature design would be more in my wheelhouse. So I was thinking about we take a frog and then we'll mix it with 2 other animals and we'll kind of come up with the creature here on stream. Now the question is, do you guys want to pick the other 2 animals, or do you want me to use a random animal generator and we just roll the dice and see what we get? I'll give a little pause. I know there's a little bit of a delay. We have one for roll the dice. A frog and a giraffe, that would be interesting. Let's see. Armadillo. Bear. Okay, sounds like you guys want to tell me what we're doing. So we have giraffe, armadillo, bear. This is going to be with a frog no matter what. I'm going to pick 2 of them. So anyone else here in the chat want to second one of those animals? It's hard, I guess, in a chat environment. You want to roll the dice and see what we get, and if you guys like that, we'll go with it, and if not, we'll pick from your list. It's kind of cheating, right? But I won't choose. You guys will choose. All right? We're going to rerun rhino and chinchilla. Rhino and chinchilla. You want to go with rhino and chinchilla? Do you want to skip rhino because we just did that? Okay, chinchilla and rhino. We'll do those. So I actually haven't done a creature design before. I've seen a lot of them and I've been wanting to do one, but I haven't had the opportunity to do so yet. My sister actually challenged me to one that I want to do for the channel. I just haven't had a chance to make that video yet. Okay, I can skip the rhino if you want. We can do the chinchilla, frog, You want me to do one more? I can change this to 1, have it give me one more. Quantity 1. Waterbuck. It's gonna be an interesting creature. I actually got to see waterbuck in Africa. They're pretty cool. So the waterbucks are antelope. They've got their big ears, and well, the males have horns. I don't know if the females do or not. I don't remember. And the most notable thing that I remembered about them is they have like these bullseyes on their butts. They have like a white marking on their backside, which is kind of fun. Does that sound inspiring to anyone? Can work with that. Let's go ahead and pull up our chinchilla friend. I already got rid of him. We can do our frog. This is a White's tree frog or a Dumpy's tree frog. They're one of my favorites. They just look so silly. I know. Andrew, are you here still? I hope we didn't lose you to the switching of the streams. Andrew was trying to do the challenge and was having... I think you did a great job, but... Or was it not Andrew? Maybe Andrew was something else. Someone was having trouble with a frog, and they are hard. They're really hard to get right. So, I'm just going to get some little sketches here so we have an idea of what we're working with. And then we need our chinchilla. As always, I'm using Pixabay. Are you guys still there? Are you okay? Are you not on board with the waterbuck? No one's been excited about waterbuck. I don't want to choose in terms of the animals, so no one seconded anything. So if we haven't seconded anything, I'm going to go with the random one just because I don't want to pick from from all the other options because that's like cheating if I do it. All right, we'll do the waterbuck. All right, then we have a chinchilla, which is funny. We were just talking about chinchillas in the Spoonies Discord. Someone posted a painting, and then I posted an image that I had of them. I took pictures of my friend's chinchillas a couple years ago for Christmas in little Santa hats. It was pretty cute. So, now that we have that done and I can actually start doing something and show you something on camera, how are you guys doing? I hear that we've talked about the weather. It's super hot in some areas, super cold in other places. Here, it's quite toasty. I don't think it's quite as hot as what Jacqueline has in Texas. But it's a warm day. My eyes are super crooked. You guys can laugh at my whole sketching process. I'm not a great sketcher. I've told you guys that before. I've always struggled. There we go, that looks better. Oh, I hope that you aren't too tired. I don't want to keep you up or wake you up in the middle of the night. Thank you for being here, but don't risk your health for it. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Got cranes over there in Europe. All right. So now we got to start combining things. I want our frog to be like our main star since he's our animal of the month. So I'm thinking that we should probably have like the frog eyes or the frog mouth at least. And this is where things get hard, and my crutch of leaning on references is definitely going to show. So let's see if we can get anything here. I go back to my frog picture. This is a little bit tricky when I'm doing it on camera because I'm using my computer for my live stream data, which means that I can't have all the images up at once. So it will be a little jumpy in regards to that. So what if we have the frog's eye? And then kind of like a fluffier nose. You guys can shout out ideas too. You want the chinchilla ears? I'm going to be doing these sketches super loose, as you guys can already see. I've had a bit of a stressful week, and I was trying to film a video this morning after I launched the Skillshare class because I need to announce it on YouTube and I wanted some original content. I got some new paints in from DaVinci. And so I recorded a palette filling video, which seems like it should have been easy, but I rubbed my fingers raw. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like, I've got completely red marks on my fingers from opening all the paint jars. My whole body is just like, oh, I'm tired. Yeah, definitely the horns. We can't not have the Waterbuck's horns. They go back rather than out. Reminds me a little bit of like an amphibious jackalope because the face looks a little bit like a rabbit. Oh, Jacqueline, did you miss the very beginning? We're doing a creature design. We're combining 3 animals and making up a new creature. I thought it would be different from what we normally do. Halloween is around the corner. I was going to do a character design, but character implies that like it has to have a backstory and everything, and my brain couldn't handle that today. So we're just going to create the creature. You guys can help me come up with the backstory if you want to. Yeah. We're using our creative brains, creative processes. I'm going to look up Waterbuck's horns, closer detail. Oh, wait, here we go. It's on the random generator, so that we can get these a little bit more accurate. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so you can find some other videos here on YouTube. They're really fun, where people will generate different animals and make either mythical creatures out of it or just like combining the animals to make a new creature. And I've always wanted to do one, but I haven't had a chance to. Sorry that this is a repeat for some maybe, or definitely on the replay, but my sister actually challenged me to a creature design, and I want to do that for the channel. I just haven't gotten a chance to do that yet. She wanted me to combine, I think she only gave me 2. I think it was a leopard gecko and a sloth. Could be wrong. What do you guys think of the first version? Do you want to, I'm going to do more versions, but what do you want to see different iterations of? And we can pick our favorite at the very end. I was thinking we could do like the coloration of the Waterbuck here. So we can't see that in the pencil drawing, but the Waterbuck has like this white patch over the eye, and they've got like a white patch on the nose with some darker nostrils. I think it's looking too much like a bat. I'll stop drawing all over it. Yeah, leopard geckos are so fun. I used to love painting them when I did my little sculptures. All right. The coloration. You like the coloration of the Waterbuck? What do you want me to call you, Cosmic? You want to call you Cosmic? Or do you have another name you want me to have you go by. Yeah, it does look a lot like a bat. A little nose here. We could make it look less bat-like when we put the color on the eyes and everything, but those big ears, the funny eyes, the little nose. Let's see. What else could we do? Frogs, it's hard to combine this with a frog because frogs don't really have butts. They've got like little stumpy back ends. So trying to think of how I would incorporate that into like a full body character design. And go more cartoonish with the frog. I don't know if this idea is gonna come to light. We'll have to see. A lot of ideas when you do the creature design kind of get weeded out, but it's good to try them. So in my head, this is the backside of a frog, but like a more prominent behind with the little fluffy tail. And then these are like the cartoonish type legs that kind of come up from the back and then would go forward. And then we would have the head kind of peeking out here. What does the side of a chinchilla's face look like? I need a chinchilla profile. I don't know if that's something people search for. Yeah, I could try the Waterbuck body. Ooh, we could get the chinchilla's tail in there too. They have pretty neat tails. So little chinchilla. Big froggy eye. Looks creepy. Then the chinchilla ears. And also the horns. So still some of the same aspects as before. I don't like that one as much. So then, oh, I wish I had done this on a, I should have started on a full spread. There we go, that's the word I'm looking for, so they could all be together. So what if we take this Waterbuck and we give it a chinchilla tail. I can do the side view, but then we lose the little behind of the Waterbuck. So that's an option. I'd go more with this guy, right? You'd turn him into a full body. And then got our poor little Waterbuck is losing his identity, turning him into a chinchilla frog. Frog faces are so weird, you guys. I know a lot of people like frogs, but they're real weird. They have the oddest proportions. Does he have whiskers? Is he like a little old man? Or do we not have the whiskers for the chinchilla since we already have the tail and the ears? Oh, sorry guys, you couldn't see that. You can tell me. You can tell me like, hey Denise, you're off camera. Alright, what do we think of that guy? He's kind of fun. I like the composition. Like I like being able to see the tail and the face. Aw, thank you, Cosmic. I'm gonna erase this dude, not because I'm ashamed of him. I just want more paper on this side to develop this idea. So, trying to think if we got this guy. To sharpen my pencil soon. Give him more like of a froggy mouth with that jaw back here. Put those same ears on him. I'm basically redrawing this guy so we can do a body on him. This face looks like a rabbit? I mean, this particular chinchilla that I was looking at to do the profile does look rabbit-like. I think that 3/4 profile on a chinchilla is really where you start to see the chinchilla aspects, because the top of their head is so differently shaped. They've got like that big mound up here. We want that incorporated. Big fluffy head. Oh, does it? I haven't seen Kung Fu Panda in like, I don't know, when did it come out? I feel like the chinchilla and the frog actually have very similar bodies. Like, I was thinking about which one to put on this one. And I think that they've both got, like, in terms of defining characteristics, they both have the big back legs, they have really small front legs, and then the only thing different is the texture, which would come in, like, the painting aspect of it. I think I like this one. How about we develop this guy, and I'll make the final sketch look more chinchilla-y. I can do chinchilla. Oh no, I can't. Not on that guy. There's no other frog parts. So I need to keep the eyes. We could do like the more frog face on this one, so it looks less like a rabbit. Bring the jaw back. How about that? Yeah, I agree. I don't think it should be furry. We on board with this one? Sharpen my pencil. This was fun, you guys. I mean, it still is fun. I'm not ending. Let me check the battery real quick. I remembered. Half battery. So I want to plug it in, but I'm also worried that if I do that, it's going to start slowing down. You guys still there? Am I still here? Hold on 1 second. There might be some loud noise. I'm going to plug in this dude. What? I'm worried, guys. I'm worried it's going to overheat. Still here? Oh, we're slowing down. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna unplug it again. It's still lagging. It's better when it's not plugged in, huh? That's so weird. All right. I'll try and finish this, I guess, in like 20 minutes then, if my phone is going to be that fickle about it. That's a shame. I wanted to stay with you guys for longer. All right, I'm going to find some paper. I think this is Arches. I mean, it's going to die, like, it's almost exactly half of what it was 24 minutes ago, so I think that's the time that we have left. You can remind me. You're welcome to. I want this stream to be longer than that, but I was going to color it and paint it and everything. Do you guys like the proportion? Oh, there we go, Andrew. Hi. Do you like the proportion of having the bigger head, kind of like a frog would have a bigger head on its body? I'm so sorry that you didn't have the chat available to you sooner. I know you were so excited to make the live stream. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Yeah, Skillshare's app is, I mean, I try not to speak poorly of other companies, but like, it's not good. Their online, like their web browser is fine, but their phone app is really unfortunate. What I could do, guys, and I hate to even suggest this because of how crazy the live stream has already been. I already gave you 2 different links to get here. What I could do is I could switch over to my main phone. That one I know has an overheating problem, but we could still get like 20 more minutes out of it if you wanted me to switch the link one more time. I just feel bad asking you guys to keep changing links. But that is an option if you guys want to keep live streaming. Or I could also do the line art for this in this stream, and then I could color it for one of the tutorials this month. Let me know which one you prefer. Oh, you guys. I should have transferred the line art. I should have done this in my sketchbook. My pencil's too dark. Can't get this line to be the same as it was in my sketch. Isn't that always like the trouble? How this watercolor paper like took the tip right off this pencil. So I know it's been a bit of like a quicker live stream than usual, but I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Feel free to keep chatting, make the most of what we have here. You can ask questions. I know we have a lot of new faces today, so it doesn't have to be related to what I'm working on, but if you have other questions about your work or my content or anything, you can ask. Oh, no one's asked what pencil. This is a Reeves B. So I knew it was going to be a bit soft, but it's what was in front of me, so I used it. Not a great thing to go off of when you're using watercolors. I would recommend an H pencil just because they are not going to be as dark and smeary. What's that? I want to get the shape of the ear right. I'm going to pull back up my chinchilla picture. They have really interesting folds on their ears. This is my favorite eraser. It's a Faber-Castell white eraser. I just don't like kneaded erasers very much. I'll use them, like I have one nearby. I'll use it like after I do this sketch. I'm probably going to retrace this on another piece of paper, but if I didn't, I would use it to lighten the graphite, but I don't like using them to like completely erase lines. I find it takes longer. I'm going to find an ear that I like. They all seem to go back a bit. They have like a different shape than the front ear in almost all the pictures. Yeah. The Faber-Castell white rubber eraser is just, it's my favorite. It's so good. I think we lost our Waterbuck. I want to look at the horns one more time. Do you guys remember the difference between horns and antlers? I think I said it once in one of like the challenge info dumps that I give you at the beginning of the month. Come on, Mr. Waterbuck. Oh, here we go. It shows you almost exactly what I drew just from memory. Let me go this way. So you got the little bullseye, shaggy neck. Yeah, so horns are permanent. They grow and they're part of the bone and they're alive. And antlers grow, but they're shed every season. Which sounds like a lot of work to me. Antelope have horns, deers have antlers as a general kind of rule of thumb. Hornalopes, antleropes. That's funny. Oh, sorry, I missed your question earlier, Andrew. Is this a frog chinchilla? Or are you planning to make it furry slimy? Oh, okay. So we haven't really talked about that yet, other than we wanted to represent some of the frog's texture. So I think the head is definitely going to be more frog-like, but the colors might be one of the other animal inspired. We'll have to kind of see how that goes. I'm a big fan of when I see these character creations or creature creations when you take like the coloration from one animal and put it on the texture of another. So I think that would be really fun to do. And I enjoy painting smooth or wrinkly animals more than I enjoy painting furry animals. So I'm all on board with painting the slimy texture. Are you guys sketching along at home? Are you working on your own projects? Just watching today? What do you guys have going on? We can do the texture of the individual animals if you guys want to. I just think sometimes it can make for an interesting character design if you kind of mash them up a little bit. But I kind of like the idea of putting the fur on the neck at least, because it's a fairly prominent feature of our Waterbuck. Working on a splotch card for the Skillshare class. Awesome. Yeah, so do I have time? What are we at? Okay, very left. When I started doing the class, I had written up that the mixing chart was going to be part of it. And then at one point I took it off of the script. I was like, you know what, that's just too much for this one class. I'm not going to do the mixing chart. And then I forgot, and I recorded the footage anyway, and it took a really long time. So I was like, well, I should probably include it if I recorded it. So I decided to include it at the end, but as like a completely optional thing that you don't have to do. Oh, thanks, Cat. Do you go by Cat? Catnip? What do you want me to call you? Jacqueline's already working on her Christmas stuff. She sent me some beautiful things last year, some cards that were really nice. Yeah, I always have to advise, like even when I teach them and that kind of thing, like I don't want people to get so caught up in mixing charts that you rely on them all the time. They're definitely not something that I go back to over and over and over again, but just the exercise of doing a color chart to me helps. Like I'll retain that knowledge, and then it's easier for me to remember later on what colors I've got going on. So even though it's not something I reference all the time, it's good just to do it. It's kind of like when I write lecture notes in a class or something like that. Like I don't go back to my notes very often, but the act of writing them helps me commit them to memory. Oh, thank you, John. I can't wait to get it. Kathy. All right, thanks, Kathy. I love how many new faces we have this month. Thank you guys for making it. Thanks for your support on Patreon. All right, now we get to do the fun part, that big fluffy chinchilla tail. Stacy. Aw, thanks, Jacqueline. Sorry, catching up on chat. What's that about a new face, Victor? Stacy, I apologize. We've been having some technical difficulties today, and my camera or my phone battery that I'm streaming from is not going to last a super long time. So I don't know how much time we have left together. We're doing a character creation today, though. Oh, you're right. I did say that. Always the jokester. So yeah, this tail is going to end up having to be fluffy. We did cover up that whole chest though, didn't we? I guess we can go some more fluffies down here or something, but we'll definitely have that fur texture on the tail. Thanks, Stacy. It's okay. This week's it's been trying, but it's finally coming to an end. After this stream, I'm gonna, I think, take the rest of the day off. And then tomorrow I'm gonna work on the YouTube announcement for Skillshare, and then the rest of the day I'm taking off. What do you guys think? Sorry, there's eraser dust everywhere. I know he's still a little rough because of the pencil. I can transfer him to another sheet of paper. I kind of put in like this little roll here, like a frog would have like a little fat roll on his neck. I don't think his butt ended up being high enough. I think it should have been a little bit higher, but that's okay. All right, so did you guys, I didn't see a whole lot of chat about it. Do you guys want me to try and restream from my phone, or you want me to finish this in a tutorial? I think it might turn out better if I do it in a tutorial, if I have some dedicated time to work on it. But I also don't want to cheat you guys out of your live stream. I want to chat with you guys longer. Just not sure about this camera situation. I like him. Thanks, guys, for doing this with me. I had a lot of fun. Would you guys like to see more character creations like on the channel if I did channel videos for it? I'm going to just leave him sitting here for a while so we can chat. Yay, cool. You know what I kind of want to do with this one? Because I'm going to have to retrace it anyway, I think I should retrace it onto another piece of paper so it's cleaner for a watercolor painting. But since it's an Inktober and I haven't done anything for ink, it might be fun to do this one in ink. And then I can just erase everything that isn't covered by it. All right, cool. Well, I'll put more character creations on the list, and I can keep streaming and keep chatting with you guys until my phone dies. And I can just trace this while we're talking about it. There won't be a ton of interesting things to see if I do that because it'll get dark. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. It would be fun for you guys to like help on the channel too, or like I can do the auto-generated stuff, but could also do like a poll for you patrons. You guys could pick the animals in a poll, and that way I can go with majority there. I'm looking for my light box cord. I know, Stacy. I guess it has been, it's been 45 minutes. I got a warning for my battery. So what I'm gonna do, sorry, the phone is shaking. I'm trying to get it back. Uh-oh. Yeah, can you guys hear me? Or is it lagging still? Okay, what I'm gonna do, because my phone is being temperamental, is I'm going to turn on my light box. I'm gonna turn off the lights, so that's gonna be a little different. Hopefully the camera can pick it up. We can just keep chatting for the rest of it. We're not gonna put a lot of pressure on to finish this in this one, but I will go ahead. Do you guys wanna see this, like me color it in a tutorial? Are you okay with that being the $10 tutorial this month, or do you want me to, or the $5 tutorial this month, I guess, since the $5 replays can watch this too, or do you want me to not have it be one of the Patreon perks? I always get nervous when I do something that's a little bit off from the normal because I don't want to disappoint anyone. Cool. All right. Well, I'll do a tutorial then, painting, and we'll just chat for the rest of the day so it's low pressure, and if it cuts out, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I don't know. It keeps stopping. Ooh, this light is doing something funky on the screen. I always wonder about that, like with technology, like it looks different than like what we see in person. Oh, you know what? My sister sent me new paper as a birthday gift, and I left it in my car because I'm a terrible sister. Let's see, this looks like some kind of fancy paper. Suzanne, that's the one I like, right? Hanamula Suzanne. We'll use that. Cool, thanks. All right, let's center our dude here. Let me close the blinds. The stream is super behind now, so I apologize, but anything that I wait for confirmation on is is gonna lag a bit, but you guys can keep asking questions. I'm gonna find another colored pencil that won't be as dark. Sorry for the noise, you guys. I don't know where all my green pencils are, but I like don't have any, so I'm gonna use yellow. I can't remember if Mary Sanch has any creatures on her channel, but I feel like she'd be really good at it if she doesn't already. You guys still there? You haven't said anything in a while. Just want to make sure. One of these days, I swear, we'll have a stream that doesn't get interrupted, that all the technology works. When I asked for the laptop that I have, it's a Chromebook. A lot of you guys already know that. I wasn't streaming, so I didn't know that that would be a problem for one. Two, I didn't know I was going to start streaming. And three, I was just trying to get something affordable that I could travel with. But it ended up biting me in the butt. Alright. Yeah, Stacey, I think you're just behind, maybe. Mine is definitely lagging now, too. Just enjoy each other's company while we're here. So when I use a light box, I trace my sketch kind of like to the closest I can, but then I also will... Oh, you know what I can do? Sorry. I wanted to move up the butt, so I'm just going to move up the butt. I was going to say, I'll trace things, but then I'll go over the sketch afterwards so that I can make sure I put in some organic lines and it's not just all stiff line art. Did anyone have those create your own creature books that came with tracing paper when you were younger? We had a unicorn and a dragons one, and I absolutely loved them. They had all the different, I mean, it was two different coloring books, and one was the dragons and one was the unicorns. And it would have different bodies and different heads and different legs. And me and my sister could play with that for hours. Oh, it looks like I'm frozen again. Oh, really? Oh, you guys can still hear me? My video is totally frozen. Like, I don't have anything on my live feed. That's so funny that you guys can hear me, but the video is frozen. All right, well, if you can hear me, thank you guys for coming. I was just typing in chat that if I can, I will do another live stream this month for you guys to make up for this one being so shoddy. It won't be like a tutorial or a painting or anything, but I have some other projects that I need to work on, so I will maybe put you guys on and just like let you have a link to me working. If that's something you guys are interested in. And for November, I will do everything I possibly can in my power to make sure that it goes off better than this one did. So thank you guys for putting up with me. Thank you guys for helping me design the creature. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the month, and I will see you guys soon, okay? Thank you guys so much for your support. I can't wait to send you guys your packages and your postcards this month with the lion print in them, and then I think this little guy, I'll get him done as soon as I can and try and get him printed up for our postcards. How does that sound? All right, thank you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, that's funny. My battery notification is what froze the screen. Silly, silly phones.